presented by Exquisite Timepieces. More about them in the description down below and later in the video. The word Grail Watch, it gets tossed around a lot by watch collectors, and it probably means different things to different people. I personally don't look at a Grail Watch as the quote-unquote next big watch purchase, although I think many people do see it that way. To me, a Grail Watch is the one that you very likely will never actually get, but you continue to work towards it in the hopes that one day you can actually make it happen. And that brings us to this watch, the Breguet Classique 7787 in 18-karat white gold. It's a watch that hit my radar a couple of years ago, and it's been on my mind ever since. It is a bit of a dressy watch. It's on an alligator leather strap, and it has a beautiful but not entirely practical Moonphase complication. And, at least by my standards, it's quite expensive at $30,000. Now, I mention all of these things because they're not typically attributes that I go for in a watch. Yet, I can't seem to get this one out of my mind. See, I'm more of a sports watch kind of guy. I prefer watches on a bracelet 9 times out of 10, and I've never spent 5 figures on a timepiece. But when a watch falls into that Grail category, sometimes it seems like the watch, it chooses you, not the other way around. And this watch has definitely chosen me. Like previously mentioned, this is an 18-karat white gold version of the Breguet Classique 7787. The presentation is classic in design, but contemporary in size. At 39 millimeters in diameter, it doesn't have the size or scale of a vintage watch, but the design has a look that is both elegant and timeless. The slender white gold watch case with coin edge texture on the outer sides and the slim lug profile are in part what gives this watch that classic Breguet look. And for my money, it's a great look indeed. The rear of the watch case presents the automatic Breguet caliber 591 movement through a display case back window. It's a 38-hour self-winding automatic with 25 joules running at 4 Hz frequency. The Breguet signed oscillating rotor, like the watch case itself, is in 18-karat gold as well. And as nice as the case and the movement are, the thing that brings the 7787 home for me, it's obviously the white enamel dial, the Blvd Breguet handset, and the Moonphase complication. The silky white enamel dial is the perfect base palette for the simple work of art that is the watch face presentation. The chapter ring and the hour markers are in a traditional Breguet numeral style that Breguet himself designed and have been in use since the year 1790. It starts with tiny stars marking the minute track with stylized fleur-de-lis at the 5-minute intervals. The hour numerals themselves, they're bold, they're crisp, and in no certain terms, present as Breguet. Similarly, central to the dial, we have the blued steel Breguet hands, another design where Abraham Louis Breguet left his personal mark. The hands are long, they're slender, and they're tipped with hollow crescent moons terminating into elegant pointers. And like the numerals, the handset is unapologetically Breguet. Now, a possible point of contention for some people will most likely be the power reserve indicator. Its asymmetrical layout and its presence on the dial at all will probably cause some misgivings amongst critiques of the design. But in my opinion, this somewhat whimsical element of the design injects a little fun into what would otherwise be a somewhat stiff dial layout, and I find it to be a welcomed addition. Now last, and certainly not least, we have the beautiful Moonphase indicator above the central hand stack. Now, as previously mentioned, it's not exactly the type of complication that most people would deem as practical or even necessary, but that's sort of the fun of the Moonphase. It's not necessary. It's more like a small art installation that also offers a bit of mechanical functionality. The small golden moon, flanked by stars on a field of blue, is one of my favorite aspects of this watch, and it's what makes it stand out as something special. Without it, yeah, it's still a nice watch, but this small detail is what brings it all together, and it perfects the design. Finally, we have the alligator leather strap, which is as nice of a leather strap as I've ever seen. It has a soft leather lining on the underside, and of course, a matching white gold Breguet signed folding clasp. On many watches where the strap feels a bit like an afterthought, this is anything but. And on the wrist, between the size and the scale of the watch and the comfortable fit of that strap, it's an overall amazing package. My wrist is 6 3/4 inches, and the fit, it's excellent. The 39mm size of the watch with its 10mm in total thickness, it wears great, and it's another reason why this watch has hit Grail status for me. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out this Breguet Classique 7787 with me, as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. There's very few watches out there that I consider Grail watches, but at least for me, this is one of them, and it's nice to think that one day, maybe, just maybe, I might get the opportunity to add it to my personal collection. This video is presented in partnership with Exquisite Timepieces, located in Naples, Florida. Exquisite is an authorized dealer of dozens of watch brands, including Seiko and Grand Seiko, Omega, Oris, Blancpain, Breguet, and many more. Exquisite also has an amazing selection of pre-owned watches with new inventory coming in daily. So if you're looking for your next watch, check their website, exquisitettimepieces.com, or call their store at 239-227-2932, and let them know that you heard about them from Guy in the Just Bluefish channel. I can't recommend them enough.